We're about to be there.
Says it's now streaming live on YouTube.
Yep. So actually, you can talk now. Maybe John can ask question to TQ because
Right
I'm
now, I
watching.
couldn't hear you. I'm waiting for microphone.
Okay. Maybe you can put the phone closer to you, turn on the volume, but the camera should be facing away from your ear. That's all. Hey, because I can't see anything. How come I don't see anything on the?
Thank
Okay, I can see it now. Okay, John, can you spotlight? Oh, actually, it's good. You did it like we have TQ website.
you.
Oh, wow, TQ's look good at the hub up. Now we see his table. Now we see your ear. We don't need to see your ear. He cannot
We're
hear us.
looking at
That's
the
the problem.
ceiling and a microphone.
Okay, so
No, I can't, but maybe you can, because I'm not, can you make me a co-host?
Okay, can you hear me now? But then
yep,
you know what,
can
Victoria? Can you hear me?
hear you fine.
Victoria, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you? Yeah, I can
Hello.
hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. When
Can
he
you hear me,
plugs
Victoria?
in, when he plugs in a microphone, he probably can't hear anymore.
Maybe you know what, John? You're not co-host. Let me get to my Zoom and I can.
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
We text him. Why can he not hear us? Maybe
Victoria.
you have to.
Maybe he's got only a well, once he plugs in a microphone, that takes over his audio system.
Right, so I have
Yeah,
to take it off right now. Yeah,
but
because
it's so weird. We can hear him though, but he cannot hear us.
No.
yeah, I don't have a headset. If I plug in the microphone, then I cannot hear you.
That is weird. So maybe whatever you just speak about hopping up a little bit and face the camera toward your table and other people and stuff to you. Okay, because it's all online now, and I have one watching. That's maybe like I am watching myself or somebody else watching us. Um, and I cannot assign John at co-host. How come I cannot assign you, John? You
I
might
don't
have
know.
to get out and in. Why did you assign myself just co-host? Let me see. Where's my? I
Go to
cannot get you.
participants.
I can. I can. I don't have that. I have to stop by. I think. Let me see. I stopped that. Okay. I have to stop that for a little bit. Then I go back here and I make you co-host. Hmm. Oh. So you can spotlight on the website only. So that way TQ can put his ear into the thing. It's verified when we cannot see his like stuff. Um.
Yeah, I can only spotlight him if his camera is on.
So that's fine. Look like he tried to adjust it.
There we go.
Then he get back. Okay.
Okay.
Good. All right. I can see you now. And
You can
okay.
see me now, but then I cannot speak though. It's very crowded. Can you
No,
hear
you
me?
speak. Yeah, we hear you fine. You are fine. We're loud enough. Everybody can hear you. So just tell us about like what the hub knob you in and where is it in Florida?
This
Tell us.
half stop is in Osceola County, and this is the fourth or the fifth one that I'm attending. And there will be more. There will be probably 6, 7 more.
Okay. So what do you guys talking about this hub knob? Like are they
It's just a greet and meet. This one doesn't have candidate speech to explain anything. It's just a greet and meet, and walk around and talk to people, introduce myself.
okay, and who's the people who walk into this hobnob? Are they like business people? Are they the Republican, Democratic, or what kind of club is
They
it?
have candidates from both parties, and they also have non-partisan candidates like the circuit church and everything. There's some school board that is not partisan position.
Okay. And did you find any supporter here that like the first time they see you running as a U.S. senator, they make a difference between the U.S. senator and the state senator?
Actually, they came by and everyone know that it's a tough position to be in because this is not easy. Everyone know that being a non-partisan for U.S. Senate is almost impossible. But of course, we all know that from the beginning.
Okay. So what is one thing that you want to share with us today in the process? Because now we know that the election is not until November, and why you have to promote now? Why you have to go out and attend this meeting? Because I know other candidates they don't do it. It seems like
Because
only
most
you
of the
on
candidates, the partisan candidate don't have to. They might attend some of them, but this is a statewide office. They will come to the town hall and give their some speech and everything at every county that they could have their supporter. We don't have that operatives on the ground, so we have to be present at the hobnob to let people know about it. And I think it's going to be very noisy here. I'm not sure you can hear me well, but I can't. I just want to send the message is that a lot of time people see a U.S. Senate candidate as an independent. They will think we are the spoiler. But the message I want to send over and over again is that I am not a spoiler. I came in to help advance the agenda from both sides because with an independent senator, I can allow people to vote without each side being afraid of upsetting their base at their primary, which is understandable. But if the bill is introduced by an independent senator, then there will be more chances that the bill is introduced by either party. And that is the message we need to play again and again so people understand that. And I think right now I need to go because I think it's very noisy here.
Okay, so would you do us a favor, like to flip your phone over and show us like do a little walkthrough? You don't have to say anything, but just show us like who is there and then your table. Show us your table, but we want to see your table. I saw something back there. Yeah, that's what the hobnob, and that's how we greet people. And actually, the table, the banner, the tables look really nice. I didn't see the bottom there. The whole table. See, that's the banner. So it's look like he have some volunteer, and I will explain to you a little bit about how this works because I want to grab like 2 years ago. And thank you, TQ, so much for running and continue persistent and doing this. This take a lot of time and energy. Not only money can buy, because a lot of candidates, they can hire people to just set up and stand there, but they very hard to talk to or see. Like TQ, he's very dedicated candidate. So maybe John and I will talk about a little bit about more. But if you can just leave your phone like kind of like facing out so that way you can meet other people and talk to them and we just see you from distance.
Okay.
Or have your volunteer hold it so that way
I
we
need
can
to
just
stop the video right now, okay? Because it's kind of noisy here. Thank you.
All right. All right. So we will talk a little bit about this and then you can spotlight on the website for me. So that way we will talk about it. So that way John TQ still hear us. So John, did you have any question for me? Because you remember like 2 years ago I do this and I were like driving, I jumping about over I don't know like 20 different hotel for like the past like 1 month of doing the hobnob. So that's why I feel it like now, even though I cannot be down there physically and driving around to do the hobnob, I can support TQ on this level. So do you have any question for me, John?
No, he's dropped out of the meeting. Let me see.
Yeah, that's why he's can be out, but we just want to promote his website a little bit, and we want to talk a little bit about the voting here for the Cao Dai today, because I hope the people who watching this, not only the Florida people, the Cao Dai in the Florida, but maybe like people who follow the Cao Dai today, can see that and understand a little bit about the what do you call like the campaign or the way that people run and why and how people run for any public office, especially the senator office. So I ask you a question, John, since this is something that you don't ask, and I ask you, okay? Oh, you be able to get your screen better than my background. So this is the text master have put out here. So we know that running for the public office and especially senator, right? So children are not for sale. So what do you think? Why they have a big donation sign at the corner here, John? You think they can run without money?
No.
No? Okay. Now this is kind of redundant question, but I would interestingly and understand this. And when he said the word partisan, that's mean what? Like what it mean to you, or if how do you explain it for somebody who like English as second language?
What word did you
No,
say?
partisan, like what he say, like he's a non-partisan.
Partisan.
Uh-huh.
Partisan. That means that the many of the bills in Congress are promoted by one party or the other, and they vote as a block, and so they're often it's a very close race as to whether a bill will get passed. It depends on whether there are, for example, in the Senate, all the Democrats behind a bill or all the Republicans behind a bill, or if they can get a few from the other party to support it in order to get past a certain number. I believe they have to have approximately 60 US senators as a minimum to pass a bill or move it forward.
Why is 60? How many senator that we have in the House Senate?
There are 100, but
Okay.
they have
So
a
they need just 60% to agree with
they have a rule about ending debate, and as long as they keep the number at 60 and each party agrees that when they're in power that's what they want, that's how the it actually requires more than a majority usually.
You want to hear something funny? When I thought about like the House Senate and the number 100, and each state have two senator, and when I first understand about like the political party, I thought like, wow, you know what? We have like 50-50, right? 50 Republican, 50 Democratic. And I say, wow, that's easy. So because like people have a tendency to vote by the political party, right? On a certain issue. Because everybody, when they make law, so what's the whole purpose of the law when they try to do this when they are having, do you know the percent of like senator now in the US, like how many Republican, how many senator is Democratic, do you know?
No, a question that is fairly easily determined by Wikipedia though, probably. Or maybe a few independents as well.
So well, we can do a little sidetrack, just to like have look up on Google. But this is another thing. This is like a myth. There's a lot of myths that Victoria did not know about the war, political war. Okay. When I moved to Rhode Island here, and I thought, this is what I thought. I thought, oh, you know what? My state is so small, and we should have one senator is represent for the Republican Party, and one is for Democratic Party. That's what I thought. But it's not true. Like both of our senator is Democratic, and so it have a tendency like when you have both senator is Democratic, it's almost the entire state local office will have a tendency to be Democratic too. Is that true? Do you know?
According to the Senate.gov, the majority party, which is listed as Democrats, is 47 seats. The minority party of Republicans is 49 seats, and the reason is because there are 4 independents.
Okay. And this is where
And
the
the
audience.
independents are often aligned. At least in this case, more than there's enough Democrats plus independents to make the Democrats a majority party.
Okay, so this is some issue that I want to raise, and I am taking like about 3 minutes here to do a little bit of like Vietnamese, and I hope John will hang in there with me. Um, Nếu mà quý vị là những người Mỹ gốc Việt mà nói tiếng Việt đó thì quý vị cũng nên xem lại coi những người thượng nghị sĩ đó trong Quốc hội Hoa Kỳ đó là bổn phận của họ là làm gì. Họ là những nhà lập luật, mà những nhà lập luật đó mà bị ảnh hưởng bởi cái chính trị, bởi giống như là theo I try to find the word political party in Vietnamese, but I'm totally blank by now. Đảng phái của mình thì nó sẽ không có sự quân bình ở trong đó. Thành ra anh TQ Nguyễn là người đảng độc lập, là không phải bầu những cái điều luật theo cái đảng phái của mình. Khi mà chúng ta là một trong những cái đảng phái, thường thường mình cũng tránh những cái nào mà có thể xung đột với cái đồng đảng của mình. Thành ra đây là một trong những cái điều mà nãy giờ John và Victoria có thảo luận đó, là cái số người của đảng Dân Chủ và đảng Cộng Hòa khác biệt ở chỗ nào và có ảnh hưởng tới cái vấn đề pháp luật mà họ lập ra. Chúng ta chưa nói tới những nhà mình nói bây giờ mình mới nói lập pháp thôi, mình chưa nói tới vấn đề là những người áp dụng những cái điều về pháp lý. Thành ra để Victoria và John sẽ nói thử thôi nha. So John, this is something like somebody asked me this question, and I want to conclude our conversation here about TQ at Hopknot today in Florida. Try to promote, because I have this is something that I did not know. Okay, absolutely, I did not know about this. I did not know that campaigning is so expensive. Okay, and it's blow my mind when I heard about like how much it costs for U.S. senators to run a campaign. How much do you think it costs for a California or for Florida for a senator, a U.S. senator to run for their campaign? How much do you think it costs to be a successful one that become a senator?
Millions of dollars.
See, I was so surprised. So this is where like we see that is campaigning is really kind of a legal way of people to spending money. So we will look into that, but that is so scary. I said like, wow. So whoever come from a poor class or the middle class can even think about running. Okay, so here that's why I try to support TQ. to run because we are independent. So we don't receive any money from our political party. And also he do not have any financial support from like million of dollar from his own finance. Okay. So this is where we kind of like pay attention to what we can help to promote independent and the people who willing to provide their time and their service to the people. So I encourage independent party out there, an independent voter, look into this issue. Is it make sense? We just vote for the people who come in to make law, but then we have to spend a million of dollar in fundraising, and whose money is that? Even those like some of the companies, some of the people who will influence the law or will tilt the law to favor them. So uh, what is that considered? I don't know, John. We will talk about that topic next time, but it's just like kind of a beginning season. Hopefully we will see you guys tomorrow. Follow us on YouTube at Gaurai Today. We will try to include as many candidates that willing to go live stream on our channel, and we will take that into the discussion on the cost and the effects of running and serving the people of this country. So John, do you want to conclude anything on that topic that I'm introducing to campaign finance?
Well, the reason it's not buying a job is because it affects the interests of many people. One example would be businesses that contribute to a pro-business candidate, and there may be other interests that are campaigning to something alternate like unionization, and so they try to outspend each other to win. It's not about how much the job pays. The job doesn't pay a whole lot.
I know. So that this is where we might have to invite our economy professor who analyzed last night from our Toastmaster speaker about number and finance and stuff, and like what is the benefit. And another thing that I also want to lift with you guys to think about is the number of term that the senator can serve. Is it like should be two? I think because like the longer you set on one position, then the more that you might be able to be, like tinted. So that's where I think the problem occur. But who
I don't
will
think
have
there
the
are any
effects on that?
term limits for U.S. senators.
I don't think
Some
so.
people have
How
been
many
in the
terms?
Senate for
20
50
terms?
years.
How many terms? Like each term is only 2 years. So how many terms is the limit? Like
Yeah,
5
a
terms?
U.S. senator is 6 years,
So they cannot be more than 6 years.
and some of them have been in office for 50 years.
Yeah. So they jumping around or what? Or they not a U.S. senators. They do some other stuff and they
There are
jumping.
no term limits for U.S. Senate.
They because they are
The
the
only
one who make the
term
law.
limit is for U.S. president
So I want to
and
ask
for
you.
state offices.
So who will have the ultimate like vote about the Senate? Because they probably will not make a law that bad to themselves, right? This will hurt them. So who will make this policy happen? That the senator should be only 2 or 3 term maximum. What is like 4 or 6 year maximum? Because they will be a blocker for their political party, whatever. I think we just leave that out there. So if anybody have any answer, put in the text or
It would have
contact
to be a constitutional amendment. It would have to be approved by 3/4 of the states, which is unlikely.
So the amendment, like we have to ask it to the constitutional of U.S. amendment or something like that. And What happened to the other two brands? Can the other two brands have anything to say about that? This is something I don't know. We just looking at all the creative way here.
There's a term limit on U.S. president. A U.S. president can only be reelected once.
When is that happen? Because the
That was
Senate is
after
voting.
Franklin D. Roosevelt was president 4 times.
So how that introduced? So if we know if they can take a control on the executive order, who can take a control over the Senate, the legislative order? You see what I mean? And the justice order right now, the justice order in our system is weakening. And I think I don't know if I think it right, but is it like no term on Supreme Court either? Like when you're appointed, that's it. You become the Supreme Court judge for life. This is the same, right? So yeah, so maybe we just need to think about something can be changed, something that like why they not change, why they're on there forever. All right, so nice talking to you guys. Have a good evening and follow us tomorrow. Bye.
You gonna stop the YouTube?
I'm done, John. So we can turn it off.
End the meeting? I don't think I can. Well, let's see if I can stop it.